Oye, Tommy, dame el fuego, papi.
I'm just trying to see that Lissy.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Hoopers and Shooters.
Damn right.
Got the man them in the building.
And that goes.
You understand it? You know, here at Hoopers, we try and bring as many special guests on. You understand what I'm saying?
Bro, someone's looking uncomfortable. Like,
You understand that? Obviously,
someone's
That's
looking
a lie. It's at
uncomfortable.
home.
you know,
I'm not.
We got five Arsenal fans.
you know what it is?
We got
yeah?
five
You know what it
Arsenal
is?
Five
fans
Arsenal
today.
fans, yeah. It's an Arsenal podcast.
You know what it is? Like, this is one of our original brothers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, top gooner. You understand what I mean? No, I'm joking,
I remember
bro.
that period of all the Arsenal fans, like when we were going through some turmoil, they decided that they're going to be Man City fans.
Yeah,
So-
you understand what I'm saying? Obviously, today, you know what? We're going to bring our brother home, innit? You understand? He got lost along the way, but we're going to make sure he comes home today, innit? We got the boy Hamza in the building.
Yeah.
You understand? What you saying, my guy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm trying to bring you to the light, man. The light to see.
Before we even get into football, like, talk to us about what you're trying to do. Obviously, we see you popping on Twitter, see you
Yeah.
popping on YouTube.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your little journey.
Normally, I jump on people's podcasts. I've got Hamza Talks Ball. I do it whenever I get a chance, whenever I'm free. I'm not doing it regularly, but I'll be doing regularly. And I jump on different Twitters and different YouTubes and TikTok there to make sure that I put pressure on the rival team, you know. And it's working, you know. It's working.
Yeah, but I always hear you talk about Arsenal though. It's not about any other fans.
Well, I know, because the thing is, I don't want them to get our level, you know. I don't want that, you know. Nah.
Well, I'll tell us one of your own, so why don't you want
I
us
know,
to
I
follow
can't. I know he's one of my own, but this guy's a betrayer, man. He left me. He left me, man. He didn't complete the badges, and he just left.
But my guy, you left us though. Like, what happened, man?
Bro, I've never been there. That allegation. I turned up here with my jacket now today.
So my question to you is, when Sean Goater and Paolo Wanchope were playing football,
Oh, man.
you were supporting Manchester
Well, those
City.
are the days, man. I'm telling you now, man. Those are
What,
the
what
days.
was your back for?
Huh? That time we had Richard Dan, Sylvan Distan, Sunji High. Look at that, bro. Come on, man. Ali Benabia. You guys have never heard of those guys. Paolo
yeah.
Wanchope,
You know what?
Darren Huckabee.
I done my research just for
Come
that
on,
question,
man.
but you've actually said the days. You said the days.
So
You said
you
the
have to
days.
let us know, why do you have such a soft spot for Arsenal then?
Because, come on, I grew up Arsenal fans around me, man. I had to look after them during those 10 years, 15 years. When I had to look after you and give you the hope. You know, when you guys were struggling, yeah, we took your young guys and all that Nasri and all that 5 of your players. And then now I gave you back to all. I've been looking after you guys. Without me, guys.
Oh, so you're saying this is a refund?
Without me, guys, you guys were suffering. You have to you're suffering.
But then why didn't you give us that? You know what I mean? The guys are giving us that. The men's bodies can't hold up. Pause. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, Jesus took you to that. Took you to
don't
that
get me
level,
wrong,
and then
yeah.
I know you guys are coming for Zinchenko, but you know what? I gave you the biggest one. Arteta, I trained him, and then I said, "Yo,
So
go and help
this
them out."
summer when we come and grab Bernardo Silva, that's
Nah,
yeah.
it can't be. There's some are heritage. They just can't go there. You know what I'm trying to say? You can come and take Calvin Phillips. I'm happy for that.
No way.
No, not anyone else.
Who would you take from Arsenal?
Also, who'd I take?
Because
from
there was a time when you had a Saka agenda.
Yeah, I had the agenda on that guy.
Wait,
man.
no,
This is-
Gabriel.
No, Saliba's the guy, man. He's a top player, man. Top player. I've always said, that guy's got an aura about him. Like, when he steps on the pitch at that 22 years old, I look at him and thinking, oh my God. Why did you need to go back at Arsenal, man? Arteta let you down, send you 3 years on loan. I would have left them. And then the other guy, I have to say, listen, Declan Rice has held it down. You know what? No matter how much you can hate him, but that guy has shown that he's one of the signing of the seasons.
Yeah.
And Saka, I love him for one thing, but until Arsenal fans start dunking on Ford, and I'm thinking, yo, okay, if you're dunking on my guy, I'll still dunk on your guys, though.
I respect the honesty.
But deep down, I respect him.
I respect the honesty.
Deep down, I know that boy. What a top
I
talent he
respect
is.
the honesty.
You know what it is, yeah? You see with the Saka and Foden thing, I think on both sides of the fence, like the guys that get onto Foden, they respect Foden.
Yeah.
And we only do it because you lot try and get onto Saka. And
Yeah.
to be fair, it's not even you lot. More times it might be like United fans or Liverpool fans or whatever, but they don't have any star boys that they can prop, so they use Foden.
Well,
yeah.
But, huh?
Well, You've seen recently.
There we go.
They've got one Ghanaian star where they've been propping to the hills
Go on.
as one. Obviously,
Go
you know, Kobe Bryant has been all
cold.
over everywhere, bro.
So
And Curtis Jones, I might add for Liverpool, he's been.
Oh my gosh, you started well. Mainland's cold. Curtis Jones is all right. He's all right. Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. He's not shit. He's not
He's a good
shit.
player.
Curtis Jones.
He's a good player.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so I was gonna say, so do you think any of them are world class?
Who?
Foden and Saka.
No, I've said my level, my standards of world class is like last year, even before the Champions League, I said only KDB.
Yeah.
And people say you're being harsh, and I said, listen,
Wait.
when I said world class,
not even Rodri.
no, because at that time when I said world class, I was thinking, who did I used to say world class? I was like Henry, Zidane, and all that stuff. So I had to utter those words.
So they got to come to the same table. Yeah.
I have to I respect those guys so much.
Yeah.
So when I utter world class, I'm saying, yo, you can come and chat to them. Yeah. So KDB, I was like, yo, this guy can chat to them.
So Holland.
After the Champions League, I thought, Rodri, you have to get in. I thought, okay, this guy got in. Bernardo got in straight away because the big games,
I respect that.
he performed in the UCO. And then I thought Gundogan comes in. The one that surprised me, Haaland isn't playing at that world-class level, but he needs to be constantly. He's too young.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's world-class, but I don't want to say that. But the other player is John Stones. I respect him.
Okay.
But because he's English, he doesn't get that. If John Stones was German, whatever it is,
I
we would have
respect that.
propped him so
Big
high.
time.
But because he's English,
Wait. I noticed you didn't say Ruben Diaz. Why?
Diaz is young, man. He's going to get there.
I've seen a lot of, obviously, a number. I'm more the numbers guy, as well as the eye test as well. But I'm seeing a lot of numbers relating to Diaz going up.
Yeah.
And how you
Oh, you're a
perform.
numbers guy like me.
As well as eyes.
No,
As well as
just
eyes.
you.
I was probably new. So I don't want to violate you. But I'm saying, as well as eyes, I'm seeing a lot of numbers correlating to Diaz in the team. You're not performing well. So are you not rating Diaz that highly?
Diaz, I think the thing is, it's about consistency. And one thing he's done is he transformed our team initially when we lost the league. And then he came in and we signed him. And we won the league and we sustained win. So he is, but the question is like, he has to, like this year he's gone a bit down.
Yeah.
And
I
Pep's
agree.
seen that. Like Pep's seen him go down there and he's dropped him a bit.
Yeah.
So I just need him to raise up his level. And if we go on a treble,
Another one.
another double treble.
Hamza, I've known you for a long time, yeah? We've been doing this for a long time since Clubhouse. You just mentioned the treble. Can you look at that camera and tell us if you're winning the Premier League this year?
I think we'll win the Premier. This year we're going to be Premier League champions, 23-24. It's the first time I'm saying it. And I believe this team are going to do it. And I think it will be just. But because of the experience of Pep Guardiola, I think it will be the most amazing Premier League that we've ever won. And this year, I'm putting myself up. Yeah. Like, I used to say in 1st of January.
Yeah.
And I didn't say. But this year I'm saying, like, Premier League champions, 23-24. You're seeing me
Hamza,
again.
you
That's a
heard it
fact.
here first, yeah. Cool.
So you think you're beating us?
Listen, I'm telling you now. Listen, I haven't gone to many City home games because it's a long trek. I've been in London.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's far.
But last year I was on to many of them. But this year, I said, I booked my ticket. And you know what? Yeah. I booked my ticket here. I'm sitting here. Security's here. And Arsenal fans are there. So I'm going to watch the pain. I can't wait. That day I am there.
Do you know what it is, Hamza, yeah? That speech was cute and everything. But I think, this is the most nervous you've ever felt as a City fan going into the running. I think in most years, like even last year, we were playing well in that, but I think in your heart of hearts, like you kind of knew like, games in hand, whatever, you have to play us. And I feel like you knew that, cool. Like you have psychologically, you have the edge over us, innit? This year, you've got us and you've got Liverpool. And I feel like you right now, I get it. Like you're a City fan, you've seen Guardiola do it, but I think you're nervous.
You're not worried about Liverpool, are you?
I think I'm worried more about Liverpool, you know.
Than Arsenal.
I tell you what. And I'm telling you, I said it beginning of the season. I said it.
Yeah.
You know when I saw Liverpool finishing in Europa League, I thought that for me, I was disappointed. I was like, these guys are gonna have an easy Europa League.
Yeah.
Every midweek was me and Arsenal grinding it out. Because if you gave us Europa League, we would have been way ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I don't believe that I would have been here. But because Champions League is so... Look, I have to face Madrid now.
Yeah.
Then I have to, if I beat them, I have to face Bayern Munich.
Hey, whoa.
That's the first grenade. I heard it. No, wait. Arsenal fans have been complaining about the whole Thursday Sunday schedule, so you don't think that's a factor for Liverpool?
Nah, man. It's
Why?
easy. It's easy, man. You're playing, bro. You're playing jokers. Like,
I
these
agree with
guys
him.
are not top
Like,
teams.
Not only is it physically demanding, but mentally Champions League, like we're playing Bayern Munich. Mentally, that is big, bro.
But then on the other side of the fence, like still sharp and still in it. So it's like you've got your mindset in that, like every game's a big game mindset. I get physically it's more taxing because obviously like it's a bigger game, innit? Do you get what I mean? And maybe even psychologically it's a bit more taxing, but it's like having I guess an easy day on a Thursday and then having to switch on because you're in a title race on a Sunday, like they're gonna have moments with Liverpool. They're gonna have moments where they don't look like Liverpool. Like even if you look in the FA Cup game when they lost to United, like cool, they were winning at one point, but that game it was a rubbish game. Like if you watched a lot of the game, like Liverpool didn't look like, oh my god, like this team that looks like they're about to win the Prem. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't think Man United looked great either. And even the players that were on the pitch when United won the game, it's like, bro, they subbed off a lot of their proper guys like that. Anthony, Ahmad, all of that on the pitch, and Liverpool couldn't really break them down.
Well, in that breath, congratulations, bro. You've won the FA Cup. Yeah, well done.
Well done. Come on, man.
Do you know
Don't put me under pressure already, man.
Do you know what it is, yeah? He's not lying. I understand why he thinks Liverpool, naturally, being in the Europa League, and when I look at their fixtures, they're running, I get why he's saying Liverpool. But the last reason why I get you saying Liverpool, Arsenal got to prove it, bro. Yeah. You can't keep bottling in situations like that and then expecting someone to go, I'm scared of Arsenal. Because last year we should have won it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I hope the guys are hearing a man say this and we're going to prove them wrong because it will be so fantastic to go to the Etihad seeing Hamza's vlog of his way back.
Yeah.
From a loss. I can't
believe it.
Sorry, Robbie.
And then spinning the narrative like he does. Then he goes, do you know what? We wanted to make it harder for ourselves. I want to see it. Robbery. Yeah.
On that though, because you're right, Arsenal haven't done it. Hamza, from your perspective, following Man City for the last couple of years, what is it that Arsenal are missing that one didn't allow us to win the Premier League last year, and two, why you think that we might struggle to see off the job this year?
I think the thing is about, I know you guys, I've seen one thing is like, you know, when you're in that territory of unknown, like even us in the Champions League, we had the players. It was so difficult to just get it over the line because you're scared. And mentality is key. I think Arsenal don't have that mentality. I tell you that. They're great, but when pressure's on now the pressure will be on. Like, yo, win it now. Yeah? And I think the players and the manager, can the manager motivate that group of players and say, do it? Yeah. I think Klopp can. Yeah. I think Pep will. He's done it. But it's not to disrespect Arteta, but has Arteta done it? Last year was his biggest chance. Yeah. And I saw games like Brighton, and I just saw him just sat there, lack motivation. He looked beaten, and he looked defeated. And I saw him. And that edge, that little class there, I think he doesn't have it. And you know what? No disrespect, Xabi Alonso is showing it now.
Yeah,
Xabi Alonso at Bundesliga is doing it at Bayern.
I do feel like Tuchel has made it. Like I'm not going to take away from what Xabi Alonso is doing, but Tuchel has kind of he made it a layup for him. Do you get what I'm saying? But what I do agree with you that
Xabi hasn't lost the game, bro.
And that's why I said I'm not going to take away from what Xabi is doing. You get what I mean? But obviously for me, I agree with Hamza in the sense where it's like when you look at a lot of these managers, like I remember when you lot go over the line with what's his name? Mancini. Yeah. Bro, that's an experienced manager. That's a manager that's he's got other things over the line. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like we've got a bunch of players that there's not many league winners, and the league winners that we have are guys that never had to be that guy to deliver the league. Jesus and Zinni, they never had to be that guy to deliver the league. Do you get what I'm saying? And then we've got a manager that in terms of being in the deep waters, he's a novice, bro. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
You can coach great football, but when it comes to like having the mentality of getting certain things over the line, especially big major trophies like a league or a Champions League, like you're gonna have to. There is gonna be points where it's like you're gonna stumble, you're gonna bottle it. But I feel like once we get that first major trophy over the line, it's a wrap.
Floodgates.
And I feel like you know that.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want us to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because once we get that major trophy, once we get over that like nervous jitters of being able to deliver something, it's a wrap, bro.
Can I challenge that though? Not that I feel like what anything you lot are saying is wrong, but I even heard a podcast. I forgot what podcast it was when they were talking about Foden was at the game.
Yeah.
And he was watching Saliba and he was like, yeah, that's nerves.
Yeah.
Trust me, I had it.
Yeah.
So he's explaining why Man City were losing to the likes of Leon in semi-finals and all of that. And it took that experience that, now we know what it takes, and then they kicked on. Rotted. Who's that? Jay.
Come on, man.
I'm keeping this in so people know that he's a fraud.
The man walked past the cameras as well.
It's poor behaviour, by the way.
people know
Very
he's a
poor
fraud.
behaviour.
That's crazy.
But so like he explained that it took them. So I had a point last year, and Jay and Sonny were cooking me for it and all of that, and I was saying the experience those young players would have taken from being in a title challenge should do them well going forward. So everyone's bare like, oh my days, bro, look at Arsenal now. Look at us. I'm like, listen, I want to wait for that City game because they might have something in store for us because they've been there before. Do you know what I'm saying? So now they know what it might take. I'm not saying they might not fall down at the final hurdle, but it's going to take that, keep going, keep pushing, and that's how you end up winning stuff. It happened with Liverpool.
But then that, sorry to interrupt you. Like, my counter to your counter is that the players having that nerves is one thing. When it's the manager that also has it, I assume the process will take longer. Like Phil Foden's talking about like being nervous in the champs. This is under Pep. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is under arguably the greatest manager ever. You understand what I'm saying? And look how many years it took them to get over the line in the champs. Now, Arteta, as much as he's learned from Pep, this is him doing it himself. He's nervous. There's things that he got wrong tactically in the running last year. It wasn't just the players that bottled it last year.
What were you questioning about Arteta before?
His mentality.
If he can make top 4, no?
Yeah, but
now it's changed to what?
Okay, can he get over the line? But
for what?
For the league.
So the expectation for Arsenal fans drastically moved.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, don't be surprised if he gets the league and now the conversation's changed to the champs or something.
But
do you know what I'm saying?
Reece, on that point, so I wanted to ask you, Hamza. So you've seen Mancini, Pellegrini. Before Pep it wasn't after Pellegrini. Was it Pep straight away? So you've seen those
they remember
three.
they done Pellegrini dirty.
Yeah. Even though he won it, I remember that year where
Pep was available. They were like, yeah, we want him.
He destroyed Man United 4-1 at home, and it was honestly it was a big screen, But what I'm saying is between the three managers, they had experience in winning. So between those three examples and what we've seen of Arteta, what in your opinion is missing from Arteta, aside from mentality-wise that we already expanded, that he can add to his, or that you can see clearly from your perspective as opposed to Arsenal?
I think the thing is, one of the things that he's missed, and I think what's going to cost you, is the signings that he keeps making.
What do you mean?
I think it's important to sign leaders and people who've done it. Especially you got a group of players who are young. Yeah. But to being a guy of saying, this is a guy who's won the league and he can motivate and say, I've done it before.
Yeah.
You know, to win players with the thing. I'm not disrespecting Kai Havertz signing. I know you guys are excited about that. But I don't believe that signing...
What's your territory?
Because
how can you... How can you question the signing when Kai Havertz comes on it? No, but I'm saying, I can't imagine Kai Havertz is a character to get you the league title. Did he dunk on you in the Champions League final?
Germany the World Cup or the Euros.
Who scored the Champions League final goal?
Yeah, I know, but that's a moment. Let's
clutch. It's a gene.
No, but it's not a clutch. It was being played. Who played that ball? Mason Mount.
Who scored the goal?
But Mason Mount played a very good ball.
Kai Havertz played the ball in the Club World Cup.
But those are one moment.
What about the Club World Cup?
Never happen. Club World Cup is against. What team did they beat?
What should you say? Because you were celebrating your one.
No. I celebrate my team because. But which team did they beat?
Where Palmeiras?
Yeah, Palmeiras. Yeah. They beat them on penalty or extra time. It was Lukaku scored. It's Lukaku scored.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz assist.
Kai Havertz assist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
what
Kai
I
Havertz-
ask you is why don't you see Kai being that guy for a
He's not-
league, not a cup?
He's not.
Or vice versa. Why don't you see him being that guy?
he's
for-
not
in the cup
consistent.
though.
He's not
but I'm
consistent.
for the league.
I don't think he's consistent.
You said Erling Haaland was the difference for you lot to win the
Yeah.
Champions League. What
Yeah.
did he win?
He's not a leader.
What did he win?
But he came to a team that had leadership.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying,
we
yeah.
have Ruben Diaz as a leader. John Stones is a leader. Rodri is a leader. KDB. We've been 2-0 down.
So you
and we don't
so you
ball
made
it.
you made John Stones a leader,
Yeah,
or was he a leader when you signed him?
No, but he became a leader.
Oh,
'cause
he
the-
became a leader.
But there were surroundings of
interesting.
Who's a good leader in your group?
We've got Jorginho. Are you going to tell me he's not a leader?
Jorginho's not a leader.
we
I don't
signed
believe
Wait,
Declan
hold on.
Rice.
Wait.
Declan Rice, okay, fair enough. But
European Footballer of the Year. Led his country to the Euros. Led his team to the Champions
we
League.
knew that Italy team. We knew. We knew that team in
who's the
Italy.
league? Who is
they had except
Chiellini.
Bonucci,
Chiellini, bro.
Chiellini.
Okay.
They were hold on.
Again,
They were like this. They didn't beat anyone else.
England, like, if you look, remember that Euros final, Italy were getting popped off the pitch. Who took that game by the scruff of the neck and
Verratti.
said, "We're gonna get on the ball and we're gonna make things happen"?
Verratti and Barella
It wasn't
midfield.
but Hamza, if you're
it was Jorginho.
No, but Sonny,
Nah.
you know the game swung when Chiellini pulled Saka down.
Saka,
though?
yeah.
You know the game swung.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
I'm
smart.
not- listen, I'm not saying like in every team you need numerous leaders, innit? You understand what I'm saying? It can't just be one person leading the team. But to say Jorginho's not a leader, that's ridiculous.
Like, has he taken Chelsea to winning the league now?
But we took
No,
him
no,
to the chance.
but
It
the
was
chance.
That was
Kante.
Kante,
No,
bro.
but Kante, man. Kante's the leader.
It's the
That was
same
Kante.
point.
You know
he's making,
Kante?
though.
A man
It's the same
said it was
point he's making.
Kante.
Yeah,
was
Kante.
Kante.
Oh my
You lot,
Kante was the
you lot
guy
are
that
conflict-
year.
You lot are conflicting performances
Yeah.
and leadership.
No, but it's the same
No,
point he's
Kante.
making. The same point he's making is it's not necessarily the players that take him through cups. It's the players that take you through leagues.
Yeah.
And he's arguing Kai's consistently to take you to a league. If you want to talk cup games, Kai's giving you moments in cup games where he can win you a cup.
Yeah.
But it's a different realm of what he's saying. So
He mentioned consistency, to be fair, he did.
Consistency is key.
So I'm confused. Okay, so wait, hold on. So you got John Stones as your leader,
yeah.
but you didn't sign him as a leader.
No,
No,
he didn't.
But you mentioned him as a leader.
Yeah.
Okay, you called Ruben Diaz. Was he signed as a leader?
yes.
He was a leader, yeah.
I think
Okay. Who else? Who else did you say your leaders are?
Rodri.
Rodri. Did you sign him as a leader?
He was young. No.
So he wasn't
He
a
had to
leader.
learn from Fernandinho.
Cool. Who else is a leader?
I think KDB.
KDB. You call him a leader.
He's
Yeah.
just clutch. I think he's always been like that.
Oh, so you're using the word clutch now. Okay.
He's just
cool.
been top. He's just
No,
been
but there's-
elite.
But
at that
there's
level.
clutch and there's consistently clutch.
I wouldn't
consistently
put
top.
KDB as I wouldn't put him in the leadership category. I'll put him in the clutch category. Like he's somebody he has.
Yeah, but he leads his team. He drags his
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
You know,
drags
like that
his team,
Steven
bro.
Gerrard
It's
thing.
the same way that you
Bernabeu, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
How many times has he taken Bernabeu? And he's,
No.
He's winning as
I don't even think you're waffling. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And who else is the leader?
I think those are the main guys.
Those are the main guys.
And
yeah.
Gundogan.
But you have to be careful.
Gundogan's not there.
Hold on,
He's
hold
not
on,
there.
hold
He
on.
was there. He was there.
Hold
he
on,
was
but you have to be careful what you're going to say because even though he's saying that these guys learned to be leaders, they learned from leaders.
Leaders. Yeah.
Company,
Yeah.
Gundogan.
Yeah.
Who was in the
Fernandinho.
midfield? Fernandinho.
Fernandinho.
So
David Silva.
it's been
David
like
Silva.
Yeah,
because I know where he was going
Yeah,
with it,
yeah.
but I had to just
Yeah.
before you. I'm helping you out here, bro. Because
You lean.
No, but
Yeah.
I do agree with that point. Like, because obviously, if you look at even the younger players in our team, like, bro, who did they?
Who were they
the
learning
guys
from?
that they learnt from, like, with all respect.
Don't
because
say his
obviously-
name. What are you
I'm
doing?
not going to say anyone's name,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say the guys before them weren't the most
So
serious.
Socrates
examples.
weren't a leader.
no,
He won stuff.
David Silva. David Luiz, sorry.
David Luiz.
David
Okay,
Luiz, yes.
okay.
Wait, Socrates. Why? What?
All right, no, hear me.
The time in which you got Socrates,
Socrates
he
is
wasn't a
dead.
leader.
When
bro.
I talk about leader,
You lot are linking ability with leadership.
No,
but
but-
no, for me, I am because again, if I'm talking about the type of leaders I want you to be learning from, they're the guys that have got over the
still
line
got- yeah.
and historically like got tangible achievements. David Luiz, yes, I'll say David Luiz. I'm not gonna say Socrates, respectfully. You understand what I'm saying? Lacazette and Aubameyang to a certain extent, but then they were there in the generation where Arsenal were unserious. So there was bare unserious things happening. Hence why when Mikel Arteta came in and he had to make an example out of Aubameyang, Bearman didn't get it, but it's like I hear it. My captain can't be showing up.
So Xhaka weren't a leader.
Reece.
Have that conversation with CT and Mox and that.
Let me chime in, yo.
I'm trying to understand.
If you go through by what you've just said, you can look through Arteta's whole signings. A lot of them have been players who've won stuff.
Yes.
Cedric won the Euros. Even if you go from the early doors, Cedric won the Euros. Thomas Partey won cups at
Willian
won. Did he win a league?
It's not synonymous with being a leader.
Yeah,
No, but what I'm saying is, my point is,
forget the ones that have won stuff. Talk about the guys that you would consider leaders. Partey, yes, I'll consider him a leader. Go on.
You still consider Partey as a leader now?
Well, yeah. When he's
do you consider Cedric a leader?
No.
Well, he's binned off everyone else who would be a leader. Aubameyang, he's binned off. Lacazette, he's binned off.
I don't think Aubameyang and Lacazette are lead. Actually, Lacazette's a leader.
Aubameyang was a
I
captain.
think Aubameyang's a leader.
Aubameyang was a captain.
Some people lead by performance, and that's why you're saying sometimes it goes hand in hand.
KDB and
Sometimes it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you think about, go on, wheel off the rest of his signings. Go on.
What from the start or till now?
Let's just talk about the ones that are here now.
Declan Rice,
leader, yes.
Kai Havertz,
no.
Euron Timber.
Some would say
he's on his way.
He's on his way. Do you know what it is?
He's on his way. Yeah, he's on his way.
I'll be real.
He's on his way. Yeah, he's young.
The Congo was the captain of Anderlecht.
Gabriel, leader.
I think Gabriel learned to be a leader at Arsenal.
But who did he learn from? David Luiz.
No, he didn't. He learned from Lovren. No, not Lovren.
And then David Luiz.
It wasn't Lovren.
Whoever
it was the other Southampton centre back that went to Lille.
Fonte.
Yeah. I think David Luiz helped. David Luiz,
I would say Partey.
Ben White.
No, not a leader.
No, he's not a leader.
He's not a leader. He's growing into that role. Cool.
Year after he signs Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus.
No.
And in your opinion,
I don't think so.
That's
That's what I've been surprised by Arsenal fans saying that Zinchenko. Zinchenko is one of the junior guys in our team. I didn't see him as a leader.
If you were to classify them from leaders to mid players to juniors,
and then 2, 3.
I'd say Declan Rice.
He won it there.
Leader.
1, 2. And he won in Serie A.
And then I failed to think about second one. It's difficult. Gabriel Magalhaes probably.
Yeah, Magalhaes, I think so.
Yeah, that's
the Community Shield.
And then the Serie A.
In 2010, how old was he in 2010?
It doesn't matter. Bro, so that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I asked you. Wait, hold on. Hear the point.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, is Thomas Partey still a leader? Because it sounds like you lot feel leadership expires.
No, but what I'm saying...
I think it does. I think leadership expires.
That's what it sounded like to
What
me.
I'm saying to you is that, for example, Jesus and Zini, they both won leagues at Man City. I would not call them leaders.
But Socrates his personality is a leader.
Yes,
what are you talking about?
At the time when you just showed me his Serie A and AC Milan in 2010, he weren't that guy.
Yeah, we didn't remember him as a guy that...
But then he went to Dortmund and he won three VVSs, no?
No. Was he a leader?
No, not Bundesliga.
He won
the
cups.
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
Was he a leader?
Anyone can win a cup.
Huh?
Was he a leader?
I thought he was. I thought Socrates, when you look at him, the Greek.
I think Hummels. I would say Hummels was a leader.
No, but we love the centre back partnership.
No, sorry, no.
He was the B. You said leadership expires though. Why?
Because eventually you're not a leader, bro. Like it's just how life works, bro.
So it's
through time, age, your voice in the change room, your ability. So leadership expires, bro.
Do you co-sign?
Yeah, 100%. Because some players just they start sitting on the bench.
Tired,
they just become tired. They've won it all.
Okay, so
if
I use Jordan Henderson as an example, through Klopp's heyday in early doors, he was the main leader starting on the pitch.
Yeah.
Through time, he started being a bench player, and eventually
You can't say he's not a leader anymore.
So would you say he's not a leader in that
Of
period?
course he still is.
So even if I use a City example,
But no.
He didn't become a bench guy.
Hold on, wait. Is Henderson a leader at Ajax?
Yeah.
How? How's he leader at Ajax?
Bro, they made a whole beeline about how he's calm. He changed the mentality about running down on balls. And I was even laughing at it. Like, how are they making a big issue about a guy running, pressing the ball?
I generally haven't seen that in my life.
No.
I'm not going to say this out loud, but look at that and don't ever bring that up again.
Okay, fair.
I'm not going to say that out loud.
Socrates only played 5 games.
I knew something like that.
See, I wasn't going to do it to him, you know? I just showed him. I wanted him to know.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what? Let me explain. Because for me, I feel like being a leader is a trait.
Yeah.
So I see it a bit different to you guys. So I look at Gabriel. He hasn't won nothing, but to me, he's a leader.
For me
He gives me a leader vibe. So when you
not
not keep bringing up the trophies, I was a bit like, So I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at Socrates, he's the voice. He's the one shouting. He's the one. I feel he's leading the back line, even though Arsenal's back line was trash then. Yeah, he was leading. David Luiz. He gave me leadership. Declan Rice. I don't have to be in the dressing room for me to see that guy is a leader. Natural ability. Even though Odegaard's my captain, I can see my man's the leader. So I consider leadership as a trait. Do you know what I'm saying? Where it sounds like you lot are...
For me, with all due respect, there's levels to it, innit? You understand what I'm saying?
Fairs.
So I can't put a fucking, what's his name? A Lewis Dunk in the same bracket as a Virgil van Dijk.
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As much as I can look at Brighton and see that Lewis Dunk is...
Wait, Sonny, why?
Because it's like, I feel like the level that you do it at and your ability is all factors.
Ability plays a
And
part.
do you know why I'm saying it's a trait? Because I look at Granit Xhaka. People could have been like, he hasn't won the league. He's gone to Leverkusen, and people are saying he's leading.
But
He's
he was a
leading
leader
the
at
team
Arsenal.
to a title undefeated. It's a trait.
Arsenal.
Huh?
Whether we like it or not, he was a leader at Arsenal.
Without, so that's what I'm saying. When you're linking it to the trophy
No, but
thing,
that's why I said trophies and leadership are not synonymous. They don't go hand in hand.
Cool.
For me, I'm with you. You can lead by your characteristics. You can lead by your ability. You can lead by winning stuff.
and you think Arsenal lack
Leadership. 100% big time.
What he said is key. Like, we lack it because, don't get me wrong, I think Arteta is trying to now sign leaders. Timber, I think, has potential to be a leader. Gabriel, leader. Declan Rice, leader.
Don't be surprised if the next guys that
do you know
we
what I mean?
sign
So
all have
I can see that. I
leadership
can see that he's trying to sign young people that can become leaders, like the next generation of leaders. However, I think he's right. Where we've been hurt is that even though these guys are meant to be training and learning how to be leaders, there's no one to sort of pass the baton on to. And Pep, even thinking about it now, has just done a fantastic job of being like, cool. Before Fernandinho goes, I'm going to get in Rodri.
He inherited a lot of good leaders.
Quality.
100%. 100%. I agree.
Because the squad of players that he inherited, they had all won to get that. Do you get what I mean?
Well, you say that though. I'll ask you though. When Pep first signed and he finished at 4th in that season, first season. How many players? I mean, you had Sanya, had all of these sort of players were leaders. How many, do you think that there was more of a leadership aura rather than actual players who were leaders, or what was your perspective?
I think when he came to the club, he saw a lot of like players who were older. And he needed to get new blood. I needed to get winners. I think he got rid of... We had Sagna, we had Zabaleta, who were like 34, 35. Clichy and Collar of the outside.
Didn't he keep Zabaleta? He kept Zabaleta for the first...
but they were 34, 35. They couldn't do running at all. And they couldn't do inverted things.
Zabaleta is one of my favourite Prem right backs still.
And I think Mangala,
Mangala.
He came there and he thought, where do I start? He had
He was playing in midfield. Toure and who?
Otamendi as well.
He was in midfield.
Toure and I think Fernandinho.
Fernando as well.
Fernando was there. Fernandinho was there.
At one point, Gareth Barry.
David Silva. But he was clever. The way he did is he took players who were upcoming, KDB, Raheem Sterling, and then brought the like of Laporte, proper leaders.
Quality player.
Yeah.
From Bilbao.
Absolutely fantastic.
And then Aguero was his second season?
And then second season, John Stones came in.
Aguero was there. I remember
Aguero was already there.
Because he had an issue with him. Remember, he was benching for
John
time.
Stones not there before.
John Stones not.
He
signed John
Stones from Everton.
From Everton. That's why I was asking him a lot of questions.
Kyle Walker, John Stones.
Even though he wasn't a leader, I feel like John Stones had that thing that my man, the new Everton centre back. Braithwaite has got like, you can just tell that.
You can tell
he's gonna be.
I disagree. You know, he reminded me of Ben White.
Who?
John Stones.
At
Everton. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, man.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, man.
Do you know why I agree with Reece here? Because John Stones was looked at as one of them guys that you could get for time. Do you know, like it was only like maybe,
and it's only
when you get like maybe 2 seasons ago that John Stones finally, because at one point it was like, there was rumours that City wanted to get rid of him, this, that, and another, and it wasn't last season. I think it was the season before.
Arteta wanted to get him.
We wanted him. We wanted him. Do you get what I'm saying? So he managed to earn that. The way we look at John Stones now is not how we looked at that 2 years ago.
And do you know what it is? He grew into the potential. You know, like when you can see someone go, if he ticks all the boxes, you're a problem. And that's what I get with Ben White. There's a lot of chinks to his armor. There's a lot of, but if he grows into the potential,
but the reason why I can't
he
see
could
it
be
is
a
because I
problem.
just don't. And I like Ben White, but I just don't think he will ever be the player that we're seeing John Stones. Like,
no chance,
bro.
But
if that's the case, it could be because of the manager he's with, though.
Maybe.
I disagree. I think it's one of them ones. It's like people didn't see John Stones becoming this version of John Stones.
I promise you, from Everton, I genuinely saw a ridiculous player, bro.
Oh, is it?
Bro, even this Braithwaite kid, I think he's next. Bro,
Yeah, Braithwaite looks good.
He looks good. He looks good.
He's gonna make Everton a lot of money.
So can I
a
ask
lot
you
of
now,
money.
yeah? If Pep Guardiola was at Arsenal, do you think the perception of Arsenal players would become completely
I love that question.
Absolutely.
And that links to what I just said about Ben White.
And can I
Fantastic
ask
question.
Why and who specifically?
Ooh.
I think if he was at Arsenal,
Welcome back.
he changes everything. He
Yeah,
changes
myself.
everything within a season.
I think so.
He knows.
I
He
think so.
knows who are not the guys in that football club
think so.
straight away.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I've
your
always,
opinion, who?
and I've always said it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said it comes back to this. And I've always praised him for. I said, because bro, he played with the greatest players.
Yeah.
Imagine, bro, you played he played with Romario, Stoichkov, Luis
saw highlights of him
Figo,
for playing for Catalan.
Rivaldo,
Koeman.
Luis Enrique,
We've got some question marks about some of the stuff he was.
R9.
Yeah, we've got some question
My guy was
marks.
training with R9.
Keep going.
And then after that, he
Hey.
gets Rivaldo.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And then he ate everything so well, bro. Lifting Champions League, winning it. And then had to go and train. After R9 leaves, he's training Ronaldinho, seeing Eto'o play, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. He goes to Bayern Munich, sees Cruz. So he knows. His
the level
standards
is.
is there.
The
I've
one thing
seen, I've played, and I've managed.
The one thing I'll say about Pep, and if there's one Pep trait that I would love Arteta to adopt, Pep is fucking ruthless.
Cutthroat.
Yeah.
I was
He
gonna say
is
that.
the most ruthless manager in the He don't care, bro. He went to Barca straight away, bro. Flogged. Just flogged him.
Yeah.
But they couldn't understand
But part
it.
of that was
bro,
them president.
Ibrahimovic as well. I
Bro,
think he had an
Boy and
issue.
Ibrahimovic, you don't work
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
off. Like, you get,
Yeah.
bro, even at Man City, like as we spoke about earlier, there was a point in time Aguero wasn't really subscribing to his way of playing football. It's like,
benched him.
Bench. Sit down. Go
Don't forget Joe Hart when you first joined, by the way.
Joe,
And
sick.
I thought Joe Hart was a footballer, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought Joe Hart
Yeah,
was really
I
good.
thought the same thing.
Don't you think Arteta showed some of these traits though? Because half of
not-
you guys have been crying about Ramsdale. He said, "You know what? I know I signed you. I made a mistake."
Because we're still having conversations about
About our
him being a
bench.
holder.
Yeah.
We're still having conversations about Eddie getting a new contract. Reece Nelson bro, do you think these men would still be at Arsenal under Pep?
No
Are you
chance.
crazy?
So can I ask you,
Yeah.
what's the most ruthless decision you've seen at Man City with Pep?
The most ruthless, I think,
Yeah.
Aguero. He
Yeah.
said, you're done. I don't care. Aguero is a top class player, but he saw him not consistently being fit.
Yeah.
And he thought, I'm not
Who,
taking
Only
who did he
contracts, nothing.
play? Who did he
gone.
play instead of Aguero?
He played Jesus. But listen, you know what? He developed him. And when he see Jesus Gumban goals, he said, you're going wing a bit. Yeah? And I'm going to play.
No, it's true.
And I'm going to play a team
true. You know
who are
what's
going to
mad, yeah?
score goals throughout.
Fair.
Because everyone, I remember,
Yeah.
before that season, we wanted to sign CR7, yeah?
I remember.
And we didn't go. It didn't go through. Everyone said, no way, Man City can't win the league.
Yeah.
You can't win. You cannot
You
win
want
the
a
league without a
striker.
striker.
I remember.
Everyone said it. But that season he banged how many goals? 100 and something goals.
And I remember
Everyone was scoring
that
goals.
Jesus
Mad.
done an interview talking about he was crying because he felt like he was going to play out front one game, and then the next game he sees that he's chopping bench and he has that Zinni and false nine or some bullshit.
Yeah.
So wait, are you trying to say you can win the title without an actual 9?
Yeah. And no, for someone like Pep, he's very smart. He knows how to motivate players.
Yeah.
He knows my standard is here. He'll walk into the Arsenal dressing room from day one.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, everything's different. He'll say, you're out. I don't want this player. I don't want this player.
So
this guy, he's
who
not
would
training
he
on time.
axe?
You're out.
Who would he axe?
I'm thinking first, that squad is going to get killed.
I need to
The
know.
only-
If, in your
those-
opinion, who would he axe?
5
Yes,
players.
sir. Nketiah. All those guys are in your bench here. No
I
disrespect.
agree with him. I agree with him.
Nketiah. You think Nketiah is going to play
I
for
agree
Pep
with him.
Guardiola? Are you joking?
You know why I agree with him, yeah?
Why you
Because
laughing?
there's so many, I feel like there's so many players that Man City fans actually resonate with and like, and Pep was like, you might like these guys, but if you want us to go to the next level,
Well, like Cole Palmer,
bro.
because I think
at
he's
that.
actually good.
Look at that. Yeah,
Bro,
he said,
that's
yo,
the
you're leaving.
perfect
Go.
example,
Yeah.
bro. Cole Palmer, ESR for me personally, hand in hand. Like, he saw Cole Palmer, was like, yeah, you're good, but see you later, bro.
Sancho.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
are. You want to go? There you are. Go Dortmund. Everyone
And that's
said,
another thing about Pep. Yeah, you want the only person I've seen Pep handcuffed to that Etihad Stadium is
Bernardo Silva. Yeah.
He said, no, you're
you're different.
You're staying put, bro.
Yeah.
But you see,
And
all
I
of the
see
rest
it.
of them
I get
can
it.
fuck off.
but that's how the great managers have.
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I've always said, greatest managers are very clever. Like even Fergie. What did Fergie used to do? He said he would chip off like people like Roy Keane. He would never have done to Roy Keane there at 26.
Yeah.
He knows I need Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Yeah. He chucked him off on his leg. David Beckham, he thought, I can get rid of him.
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Beckham was in a top footballer.
Yeah.
But he knew
It's
Ryan
actually
Giggs
true.
scores, he can't do that.
Yeah.
Rooney, when
you
Rooney
see the
pushed
little-
for a move, he said,
yeah.
you're not leaving.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
CR7 came in, I'm not training, I want to leave England. He said, no, you're not leaving.
Yeah.
You're not leaving. He kept hold of him
He juiced
for 2 years.
CR7,
Juiced
yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
Took most money out of it.
Yeah.
And said, I'm leaving after 2 years. I'm done. But he's a clever guy.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola would never do that to KDB. You seen KDB coming off the bench in Liverpool game? You see,
Yeah, it was
he goes and
arguing,
talks.
yeah.
He knows I need this guy. I need this guy.
I should have let him. And he's up. I was like,
He
bro,
was
if that's
up
anyone else,
yeah.
that's any other player, I'd no way.
He
bro.
would
But do you know what
Because
the
he
maddest
knows-
thing is,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. When Pep feels that KDB's time's done,
Yeah, he's
fuck
gone,
off.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
He knows.
That's how he operates.
He knows
So
the
do you
right
think that's a
place.
weakness of Arteta trying to hold on too
Yes.
much to these players?
He holds on to
I
men.
think
In
Arteta's
your
got
opinion?
a complex of like trying to save players, bro. Like he feels like, and I get because obviously at City he was credited with getting the best out of Sane, getting the best out of Sterling, rare. I feel like with a lot of players, he feels like I can get the best out of you.
Yeah.
So in your perspective, do you think that is his weakness?
Arteta's weakness is that like leadership, no role. That's number one. I don't think he's a lead. Number two, his signings are the biggest red flag for me. Signings are the biggest red flags. Like
But
it's
you
mad.
know- you know-
and the third one
Well, like
is
Mateus
not
Nunes.
knowing, getting rid of this. No, Matthew Nunes, he's gonna come good. I think.
Nunes.
Well, Calvin
I think-
Phillips.
You know why? He came from like Nathan Ake. We signed him from Bournemouth. You give those players 2 years to adjust. Like John
like-
Stones,
well, like
2
Doku.
years. But then they perform after 2 years.
I agree.
If they're not good enough, he will chuck them out. Doku's 21 years old. He knows. But next year, you'll see.
Yeah,
You'll
Doku would
see.
be crazy.
You think he'll keep...
So why are
hold of a
you
lot of
giving
these
your
players?
young players time to develop?
Because he's
but
got too
our
many
signings are red flags.
He's got many leaders there. He knows there's Rodri. He knows there's KDB. He knows there's Bernardo. He
can
knows
afford
there's
to
John
get them wrong, is what
Stone.
you're saying.
He can afford. And he knows I can hold these guys, but next year,
so
I'm
who is
getting more signings. And you know one thing about him that Teta doesn't have? He has a very good background of coaches behind him.
No, that's
His
true.
coaches are Barcelona, ex-Barcelona coach, whatever. So these guys have seen. They've coached at Bayern, so they know how can I squeeze the juice out of these guys this season. And next season, if we don't think they're good enough, they're
Our whole
gone.
pattern is inexperience, bro. Like,
No, but sorry. But Hamza, yeah, 'cause I know the Man City example is difficult because Pep inherited these experienced players. So okay, let's go to Liverpool then. Apart from maybe the Jordan Henderson that he said, what was the experienced players they had, and they defeated you to the title? No.
And that was after 3 years, no?
3 years.
Yeah, that's
took them a
what
while.
that's the point I'm saying. I'm saying when these kids keep going through it, the experience becomes
Did Klopp sign kids
XP.
still?
Yeah.
Huh?
Did Klopp sign kids still?
Klopp decided
No, he
guys are
sound guys that became leaders, like Van Dijk's
Yeah,
now a
but
leader.
Look,
Van Dijk
I'll
was a
say this
leader already.
openly, yeah. I think Klopp, don't get me wrong, I think Van Dijk was sick. I think Alisson was sick.
Salah.
But I feel...
Salah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, but I feel like Salah, he's the luckiest man in the world, bro.
Salah, man.
Salah's good, yeah, but I don't think anyone... Going back to what you said about John Stones, I think Salah's the one where I don't think anyone thought he was going to be as good as he is, bro.
Not after he flipped.
No. In fairness,
Trent, how lucky do you get
Michael-
Trent, bro?
Michael was
Robertson, how lucky do you get
Do you
Robertson,
is-
bro?
In fairness, the guy who was a DOF at Liverpool, he was begging for. Apparently, they were after Salah for like 3 years before he even
Yes,
signed, bro.
yes, you might be
No,
after him,
he's
but
dying for
nobody expected him to be a world beater, bro.
No, but-
Nobody expected Trent to be a world beater.
So
No
aren't you
one
making a
expected-
point though? He made winners.
I'm not saying that he didn't, but what my point is, like, I feel like you were trying to say that, like, Klopp planned for that in 3 years' time is going to be able to challenge Man City.
No. I'm saying when like you've gone for it. Keep jabbing.
Yeah.
In the end, the jab's gonna work. And I'm saying
Who was Klopp's initial centre back partnership?
Lovren and
Klavan.
Klavan.
and all that.
And then when he realised this wasn't it, he went out and got him a
And
one.
Skirtle as well.
But he took them to the final.
Yeah.
He took
But-
them.
Yeah, no, he done well with that team, yeah.
But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that he realised that, right, I need more to get me over the line.
because they were leaking. They were leaking a lot.
And I feel like
I forgot
that's-
that fullback.
That more is now where I some agree with Hamza, because, like, cool, don't get me wrong, I love the strategy of getting young leaders that are talented, but, bro, eventually we have to just get that world-class player. We have to get that world.
yeah.
No, but I
No,
feel
no,
like
I agree with
this
that, though.
This
I agree with
summer,
that.
where we went for Declan Rice and we showed we're willing to push the boat out to get that premium level of quality.
We beat a certain team to him. Yeah.
I understand what I'm saying.
And funny enough, I was about to say one thing about Pep, apart from maybe Declan Rice, is he doesn't do the transfer saga business, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if he sees a player,
Man said
Yeah.
Maguire. You can go.
Sanchez.
Jorginho,
Sanchez.
you can go.
Yeah,
Sanchez.
I'll be real. That's the only reason why I knew it was getting rash, you know, because Man City don't do all of that.
They don't
They
do
don't do all of that. They're not.
Thank you. That's Hoopers the Shooters. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out Hamza for rolling through. Do you know what I'm saying? Follow Hamza on everything. What's your socials?
Hamza Talksport on YouTube, and I've got in Twitter Man City Hardcore.
Come on. Shout out. Bah.
Oye, Tommy, dame el fuego, papi.
I'm just trying to see that, let's see.